Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today guys, I am here to talk about 5 4K releases that came out in the year of 2018, give some recommendations, but also reflect back on that year. We are approaching the 8th year of 4K. Like, it started in 2016, 2023. We are coming up on the 7th anniversary, but this is the 8th year of 4K physical media releases. So I thought I would start looking back. I like to do that from time to time, just to look back, because as we progress onward, we're always hyper focused on all the newest releases, all the newest stuff, and everything that's coming out like today and the future. And I get so caught up in all that, I like to kind of look back at what I picked up in the past and just kind of reminisce on some titles with you guys. So today I want to focus on the year 2018, and this is really when I first started getting a little hot and heavy into collecting 4K releases. So I wanted to kind of zero in on this year specifically. I started collecting some 4Ks in 2017. I didn't buy any 4Ks in 2016. I do have 4Ks from 2016 now, but I did not buy them back in 2016. But before we get into it, guys, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk physical media on this channel every single day. Movies, 4Ks, Blu-rays, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me every single day, guys. So if you like that kind of thing, hit the subscribe button and then like this video, guys. Always like this video. That is very important. And then comment down below if you remember collecting 4K back in 2018. What are some of your favorite titles from that year? Let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, let's go all the way back, guys, to 2018. I didn't have a YouTube channel yet, but I was picking up new 4K releases. I actually have my Instagram. I remember posting a lot of these in front of the Best Buy as I would pick them up. So yeah, just fond memories from a lot of these 4K releases. Let's get into it. Let's first start off with a Warner Brothers 4K title, and this is Blade Runner 2049. So this one came out January 16th of 2018. I have a story with this one. I really wanted that 4K Steelbook, and that went quick. If you guys remember, that Blade Runner 2049 Steelbook went super quick. So I actually was supposed to go to Best Buy that day. I was all ready to go, and we got a huge snowstorm come through. So I couldn't make it out there. And I got out there, I think the next day on Wednesday when they cleared the roads up, and the Steelbook was gone. They had the Blu-ray Steelbook, which was in the, which is kind of a blast from the past, because that was in the era where they were doing both Blu-ray and 4K Steelbooks. And a lot of the time they would do different designs on those Steelbooks as well, which was pretty cool. So I didn't want the Blu-ray Steelbook. I didn't like it as much as the design on the 4K Steelbook. So I just went with the slipcover. It's a nice slipcover. I do like it quite a bit. And yeah, this is a great movie. I would honestly, in my opinion, say it's better than the first Blade Runner. I know some people would say that's blasphemous to say. But to be honest, like, I was never a huge fan of the original Blade Runner. Like, I've tried it multiple times. I liked it significantly more when I watched the final cut, Ridley Scott's final cut, but I've just never been a huge Blade Runner guy. But this movie, I absolutely love, directed by Denis Villeneuve, which until Dune came out a couple of years ago, that guy could do no wrong to me as a director. I thought Dune was okay, but I just wasn't blown away by it. But I've been blown away by every single movie that he's ever directed. Yeah, this is a great movie. Looked great on 4K. Again, it could look better probably if I put it in my OLED today and watched it, but just a fantastic film, and you can still get it for $18.99, so a really good price point for that one on 4K. And let's go ahead and jump ahead. We're going all the way to May of 2018. I was looking through all the months of 2018. It looks like we were in a little bit of a dry spell with 4K. We were getting some new movie releases and stuff, but not a lot of restorations that were coming out. And all the rest of the ones that I have right here are older movies that were restored in 4K for the first time. And I want to talk about Gladiator on 4K from Paramount. And this one came out on May 15th of 2018. So we're approaching the 5-year anniversary of Gladiator being released on 4K. And what a fantastic movie. I had not seen this movie probably since back in the DVD days, maybe 2001, 2002. And I bought this 4K, rewatched it. What a freaking masterpiece. Like, I knew the movie was good, and a lot of people talked about it as being just one of their favorite movies, one of the best movies of all time. And forever, I just thought that, I remember the movie being good. I was like, but are they overhyping this movie? Like, I remember it being okay, pretty good. Joaquin Phoenix is really good in it as the villain. But when I rewatched it, damn, I was just like, this movie truly is a masterpiece. Another Ridley Scott film. I didn't even make that connection. I just showed off Blade Runner 2049, which, is the sequel to the original Blade Runner, which is the Ridley Scott movie. And then you got another Ridley Scott movie right here with Gladiator. So Russell Crowe, this is really, I feel like, his breakout role, and just such a great movie, a tragic movie with a tragic opening, and just his fight for redemption. I just love the movie, the story, the performances, everything about this film is fantastic, and it looks great on 4K. So I would highly recommend that you pick this one up. $25.99 to get this one on 4K, and I love this slipcover as well. You're probably not going to get the slip with a lot of these releases that I'm showing off right now, but if that doesn't matter to you, if it's just a piece of cardboard, it shouldn't matter to you. But yeah, Gladiator's a fantastic movie, and on 4K it looks fantastic. So winner of 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Love that movie. Okay, let's jump to the same month. This came out in the exact same month on May the 22nd of 2018. So we're getting ready to approach its 5-year anniversary on 4K. And this is a big one, guys. This was a huge movie. And that's The Matrix. The Matrix on 4K came out in May 22nd of 2018. What a great movie. Classic movie from 1999. A lot of people will say this is their favorite movie of the 90s, or at least one of them in the top 10. Great sci-fi action. It kind of changed the game for what sci-fi action would become in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, there were a lot of people trying to copy the success of The Matrix after this movie came out. Now, the sequels would actually come out on 4K in the months to follow in the same year. I think they came out like August or September. But I've never picked up the sequels on 4K. I honestly don't like them very much. I know some people are defenders of them. They say they're okay. But I'm not a completionist when it comes to The Matrix. I would rather, honestly, just forget about the sequels and just focus on this movie. It's a fantastic film. It should just stand alone. That's the way it should be. Not saying that sequels couldn't have worked. It absolutely could, but they just didn't do them correctly, in my opinion. I will rewatch them again at some point. Maybe I'll pick up the 4Ks, but I just didn't feel compelled to grab them when they came out. But The Matrix is all time. I mean, Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, just fantastic in this movie. Some of the best action, sci-fi action ever. And this 4K, like, I wasn't sure how it was going to look when I went into it and watched it. You know, if the kind of like dated CGI graphics and effects just wouldn't look as good, but they look great, honestly. Like, they were enhanced very well, and I just thought that this looked fantastic on 4K. So yeah, one of the best 4K releases, in my opinion. This came out for Warner Brothers. All right, this next one to me is just an absolute horror classic. I remember watching this one all the time when I was a kid, but I did not realize just how great this was until I watched this 4K again back in 2018, and that is John Carpenter's Christine. This is probably, I would say, top 3 John Carpenter movies for me. And this one actually came out on September 11th of 2018. And yeah, it is $21.10 right now, so you can still pick this one up for a pretty affordable price. And I just love this movie so much. I rewatched it. I was like, I forgot all of the great like acting in this film. Like, this is really a great movie. I feel like it's the most underrated John Carpenter movie. Like, everybody talks about all of his other films, Halloween, The Thing, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China, They Live. Those are all great too. I love all those as well. But Christine, I feel like, is the most slept on John Carpenter movie, and is the only time that John Carpenter and Stephen King collaborated on a movie, because you know, Stephen King wrote the novel to this movie. So just a fantastic movie, though. I absolutely love Christine. It's got some great performances, and the car, like how they portray the car, with the car coming to life, taking people out. It's like a slasher with a car, and you would think that the premise to that kind of sounds a little bit goofy, but it's not. Like, it's played 100% serious, and I love how the relationship between the car and Arnie develops throughout the movie, and just his kind of descent into madness throughout the film. It's really well done, guys. John Carpenter's Christine is an absolute banger, and I would freaking recommend it to anybody. Now, this is another fun fact about this one. This is one of the only John Carpenter movies. I think there's some of his later ones that aren't in the Scream Factory collection, but this is one of the big ones that is not in the Scream Factory collection. Like, Scream Factory has done most of John Carpenter's stuff except for Christine. This one came out from Sony Pictures, so that's an interesting thing to note there. But Christine is fantastic. Highly recommended. I believe there's a steelbook as well that if you look for the Steelbook, usually I've seen it at Best Buy. Like I still see that Steelbook in Best Buy to this day, and I'm pretty sure it's cheaper than 21 bucks. So maybe look in your Best Buy for that Steelbook. Now let's get into my last pick, guys. This is a movie. This is an all-time classic, guys. This is an all-time classic directed by Stanley Kubrick. This actually came out on October 30th of 2018. It's a big one. Like I said, it's a big sci-fi epic. 2001, A Space Odyssey. So one thing I'll say about this, not my favorite Stanley Kubrick movie. I don't even know if it would crack my top 5 Stanley Kubrick. And again, I know some people would say that's a little sacrilegious to say. 2001 is a classic, Ken. That should be in your top 5. I like the movie. I like it a lot. But to me, it was a little inconsistent with its pacing, with its tone. I don't know. There was just something about it that didn't quite click with me. I need to rewatch it. I love Hal the robot, but he's not in the movie a whole lot. Like he's in a fraction of the film. If there was more Hal in this movie, I think I would have liked it a little bit more. But taking all that out of it, like the actual movie itself, which I thought was pretty good, but not great. This is one of the best looking 4K discs that I have ever put in my 4K player. My God, did this blow me away. And when you watch a movie like this came out in 1968. You watch a movie like this and try to wrap your mind around the stuff that they accomplished in this movie back in 1968. Now, you want to tell me that Stanley Kubrick is not a legend with some of the stuff that he's done in his career? Like this will absolutely prove that, hands down, that he is a legend. He is a master of the craft. Some of the shots that he gets in this film, just the thing that he does with special effects, like this is just one of the best looking movies in space from that era that I've ever seen. So just a fantastic in terms of the production value, the effects, and just how he brought everything together in this movie. An absolute masterpiece on a technical level. I just didn't fully connect with the movie, but this looked fantastic on 4K. Like I said, the restoration is top notch. Just one of the best. It came out in this like big box set release when it released, and this is just a great box set. So you got a booklet in here. You got a case. I'm showing it off, guys. You can't get it anymore, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm just taunting you with all this stuff. It's got a nice little thing with art cards in it. It's got it's the full package, guys. I love this release by Warner Brothers for sure. But that's it, guys. That's the video. That's my 2018 recommendations. I just think it's cool sometimes to go back and reflect on the past and just talk about some of these older 4K titles and releases. We're being hit with 4Ks from all different angles. This was before boutique labels. All the boutique labels got into the 4K game, so we were really just only getting these studio 4K releases. So yeah, I like reminiscing, guys. What do you want me to say? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment down below some of your favorite 4K releases that you purchased in 2018. Turn on those bell notifications and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.